Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. And today it's another bake day. And today I'm making cornmeal muffins. It's been about 11 years since I last made these, so if I muff up, I'll let you know. But first things first, you'll want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure what that is in Celsius. But what I'll do is in the bio, like in the description, I'll have the whole recipe. For those of you who don't want to watch the whole video and I just want the recipe, give it to me, here it is. I'll put what it is in Celsius in there, so then that way those who don't know the Fahrenheit system, you'll see what it is in Celsius. I was taught how to bake by my grandmother who used the Fahrenheit system. So, but when I want to know temperature outside, I always use Celsius, so sorry. So while that's preheating, the first thing you want to do is you want to take 1 1/4 of a cup of milk or soy milk. This is soy milk because I can't eat dairy because I'm allergic to it. Sorry. But it'll still be the same conversion, like a 1 1/4 of a cup of soy milk is the same as 1 1/4 of a cup of milk. And you'll want to combine that, well actually, I'll put that here. Pull out a whisk. You'll want to combine that with 3/4 of a cup of cornmeal. Now, you can use regular cornmeal. This is the Bob's Red Mills cornmeal. It's organic. You can use the stuff that's not organic. It'll still do the same. I prefer to use organic because I'm trying to eliminate as much atrazine, glyphosate, and all the other pesticides that are in our system, or not, that are used in our produce out of our system. So, and you just combine the two. Whisk it until it's thoroughly combined. It's about like this consistency, if I can tilt it enough without spilling so the camera can see. There you are. And you'll want to let that sit for about 10 minutes. So I'll set the timer, because then in 10 minutes you'll be able to combine everything and other ingredients that go in this first and other stuff that goes into a different bowl altogether. Because next you'll want to do 1 cup of flour. Now this is non-GMO Robin Hood all-purpose unbleached flour, because unfortunately it's so hard to find an organic flour. I was going to originally use the spelt wheat, but I might be giving some of this to some people and not everybody likes the spelt wheat. So it will still taste good with the spelt wheat. It's just that not everybody has a taste for spelt wheat. Because my oldest is having a sleepover and I'm pretty sure his friends won't like the spelt wheat. So I'd rather use the regular, so then that way everybody enjoys it. Well, maybe not me, because I'll break out around my face. Unfortunately, a lot of the pesticides that they use on the wheat is bad for causing hormonal imbalance, and because this is the hybridized wheat, some people, it can affect them to where it'll give them a hormonal imbalance, eczema, bloating issues, which is where the gluten allergy comes from. So I try to limit what goes in us. But if you're perfectly fine with using it and there's no worries, you can use the regular, any kind of flour. It's entirely up to you. So next, you'll want to add half a cup of sugar. This is organic sugar. This kind is Just Us brand. Like they have a coffee company in Grand Pré on the mainland, Nova Scotia. And it is more expensive than like the cheaper organic brand, but it is, I do like this kind, and it's a little more easier to find where I'm at. So just want to combine the two. Mix her up. Doesn't have to be anything fancy fancy. Just mix her up. Then you'll want to add baking powder. And this is a whole tablespoon of baking powder. This is also the Bob's Red Mill. I can't remember if it's organic or not, but I do know it's non-GMO for sure. This will go in. And last but not least is half a teaspoon of sea salt. This is regular sea salt. You can use the Himalayan pink salt, the Celtic sea salt. The Himalayan and the Celtic sea salt would add more magnesium and more nutrients into your baking. But it's a little hard to find them where I'm at. And once this bottle is gone, then I'm going to be switching to the Celtic sea salt. It's more expensive, but it's healthier. And you can use regular table salt too, if you so wish. It's just you won't get the nutrients out of it. Okay, now that our dry ingredients are mixed, we still have to wait for the cornmeal and the milk to sit before we can add the other ingredients to the wet mixture. So I'm gonna pause you and then we'll be right back. Okay, it has been 10 minutes and now it's time to combine the rest of the ingredients. So we set aside the dry and we have our wet ingredients. Oh, hang on, I forgot to turn off my wash. Sorry. Oh, and the oven is now preheated, so it'll be ready to go when we're ready to go. So, with your dry or wet ingredients, sorry, the next thing you want to add is your egg replacer or an egg. So it'd be 1 egg, so it's the equivalent of 1 tablespoon mixed with 3 tablespoons of water, or 1 tablespoon of egg replacer mixed with 3 tablespoons of water. And again, I use the Bob's Red Mill, mostly because I prefer the taste of it. I find it's tastes better and it's more nutritious than some of the other egg replacers. I'm just gonna slowly put that in. Mix her up. Now it has thickened up a little bit since putting it in. Now the next ingredient will be 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. I use the organic extra virgin olive oil. It's the Compliments brand. I can't find the kind that I like this way. I can only find it in Sydney. And so it doesn't have a pick date. It only has just the expiration date. Like they say, the best olive oil is it'll tell you the date the olives were picked and the date they were pressed, and then an expiration date. So it doesn't have the first two dates, it only has the one. So that's why. But it's organic and it's what is available to me here. Maybe next time I make a trip to the other side, I'll get some. So in the meantime, you just pour it in. And you mix it all up. Now this part will be takes a little bit longer because of course the oil doesn't want to mix with everything, but with enough mixing it will eventually. Yeah. And now it's a thicker consistency like this. And now the next step is to add your wet mixture to your dry mixture. And you'll want to slowly start mixing so then you don't get no lumps, bumps, and mumps. All mixed well and good to a nice thick consistency. And I know somebody's gonna want to lick this bowl. Angus, do you want to lick the bowl? Do you want a bowl? Come here. Here he comes. So you're gonna hear some cleaning and clanging, because he loves to do that. Okay. And a large spoon. I'm gonna move you over this way a bit. There we go. To my stove. Now you'll need a muffin tin. I've already greased these with margarine. You can use butter, you can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil, you can use shortening to grease your muffin tin. This is just what I prefer to use. So, to each their own. I know you want this one instead, but you'll have to wait. It's pretty well. Two scoops per hole, I guess. Ah, I spilled. I spilled and made a mess. I don't know if you can hear that, but one of my cats is in the basement hunting right now. sounds like Ziva. Her nickname is Murder Mittens because she hunts everything. And my youngest, who you've met, finds it a bit disturbing because it's his favorite cat. Because she's quite literally the cat that will let him do anything and everything to her. Like, do any of you remember Tiny Toons, the cartoon? And the little girl Elmira, who used to like, I'm gonna hug them and squeeze them and cuddle them, and yeah, that's Raymond to the cats. Oh, I heard the door flap open. She came up empty-handed. The basement is still mouse free. Good, good. When I first purchased my house 11 years ago, this is an old house, like it's older than me. It had a lot of mice in it. Well, it had been empty for a good 6 years, I think, before I bought it. And there was a lot of mice. So my senior cat, at the time, she was still in her prime. She managed to catch 5 mice in a matter of a few days. And then she kind of kept at it. And now I might find, they might come up with one, maybe once every couple of months. And it's usually the stragglers that don't realize that, oh, this place is nice, and then it's like, oh no, there's a cat. No. Okay. Do you want this bowl, Angus? Yes, he wants this bowl. Pull the other one back. He's happy now. Okay, so now they're all set and ready to go. I gotta put you back just a tiny little bit more so I can open my oven door. And they go in here. Oh, smoky. Somebody was baking in here and they didn't clean their mess. Probably my oldest, because he's bad for that. So, 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. And again, in the bio, the Celsius will be there, I promise. So, we'll be back in about 20 minutes. Back again, it's been 20 minutes. Now it's time to take them out of the oven. Tia, don't bump the camera, please. Oh, they look good. Like, cornmeal muffins are not something that you put icing on or like sprinkles or whatnot. It's more of a breakfast muffin. Kind of like blueberry muffins or cranberry muffins. So it'll be about 20 minutes for these to cool before you can take them out of the pan and eat them. So we'll be back in 20 minutes. And we're back. It's been 20 minutes and they've cooled off perfectly. Where I might not need a fork. Nope, they come out just right. What, Tia? No, you can't have a muffin. Come out and they break them apart. Look how yummy that is. Now, some people will put butter on these, jam. I think I will need butter. because it's nice and warm. The butter's gonna melt right into it really nice. Yeah, breakfast muffin. Mmm. These are really good. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a hard time sharing. They're really good. Yum. What here? So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. And again, the full recipe will be in the description, and I will convert the Celsius to Fahrenheit just so that everybody knows. You can follow me on Instagram at plant_hooker1 or TikTok at plant_hooker. So, and as always, live long and bake on.